Hello, glad to have you here. This is from the CBN, bringing you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I am Misi Dada. One of the ways by which the Central Bank of Nigeria brings enlightenment to the public and gets feedback on its policies and initiatives is through interactive sessions with critical groups and stakeholders in the Nigerian economy. One of such engagements held over the weekend with the Organized Labor and Civil Society in Lagos. We have details in this episode, plus the book presentation and fundraising event of former CBN Governor and former Emir of Kano, His Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
I see. Just hold on in that case. Let me call out my PIN. It is 41...
Uncle, please stop.
Stop what?
You're giving someone else your personal identification number PIN?
Not someone else. It's from my bank.
Please hang up, Uncle. That's a fraudster.
That's not true. But they call out my full name. I am sure this is from my bank.
Uncle, no bank is ever going to call you to ask for your personal identification number PIN, your mobile banking password, or your card verification code, CVC.
But it sounded so genuine.
Yes, hackers and fraudsters always sound genuine. But please, Uncle, don't fall for their bait. Don't respond to any phony emails, text message, SMS, and don't click on any link you're not sure of.
Even if they call your date of birth or your BVN, don't give them your security details.
If you suspect any issue with your account, please go to your bank.
Oh, I see.
This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Welcome back. You're still watching from the CBN, bringing you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. To further drive home its 5-year policy thrust and feel the pulse of the people, the Central Bank of Nigeria held an interactive enlightenment session with the Organized Labor and Civil Society on Saturday, August the 21st in Lagos. The Acting Director, Corporate Communications Department, Mr. Osita Nwanisobi, told journalists that as a people-centered central bank, it was necessary to engage key stakeholders such as the organized labor and civil society from time to time.
We expose some of our policies and interventions and programs to them, and then they take it back to their members. And so for us, it's quite significant. We believe that it is important that every Nigerian key into this reality that we need to grow our economy. It is not just about central bank, it's not even just about the government, it is about the Nigerian people. And we are believing that Labour, being a significant and important stakeholder group, will be able to take this message across to their people. Some persons do not even know that some of these interventions are there. And with them, we will expect that they will talk to their members who are also even in the rural areas and other places to enable them understand what the Central Bank of Nigeria is doing and how they can key into some of these interventions. They can look at anchor borrowers, for instance. Anchor borrower speaks to smallholder farmers. And so the smallholder farmer is not here, but someone can take back this message to them and they'll be able to leverage some of these interventions.
When asked about the recent circular from the Financial Policy and Regulation Department to microfinance banks in the country, directing them to desist from engaging in non-permissible activities, Nwanisobi stressed that wholesale banking and foreign exchange transactions are beyond the remit of the operating licenses of microfinance banks.
Like the circular says, that we have observed that they have gone outside the remit of what is allowed for them to do. For instance, wholesale banking, engaging in foreign exchange transactions. And we know that these things carry significant risk given the capitalization of the MFBs. And so it has a risk to our financial system stability. And so we have said that they should cease, stop from doing those non-permissible activities. And we wish and hope that they will comply. because non-compliance will attract sanctions.
During his presentation, the CBN spokesman said, as part of the 5-year policy thrust, the Apex Bank is keen on achieving double-digit growth rates in collaboration with the fiscal authority.
The policy thrust 2019 to 2024 built around these visions, the vision of the governor, the vision of the central bank, and the mandate of the central bank of Nigeria. And don't forget, and I think it is important that I say this, that this vision was actually enunciated in 2019. And so it remains a document on which we work. And the first point is that he wants to collaborate with the fiscal authorities and then target a double-digit growth. Double-digit growth. In other words, we want our GDP to grow by a double-digit numbers.
Assistant directors from the Consumer Protection, Currency Management, Payment Systems and Development Finance departments of the bank also made presentations on the various programs and initiatives of the CBN 2019 to 2024.
The Naira is our national pride, but we abuse it. What do I mean by abuse? We spray it, we stample on it, we soil it, we write on it, we stain it. If this money can cry, it will cry. Because the way we squeeze it, and this money, we spend so much to produce this money, and we do a lot of things which we shouldn't do. Even when we compare to the other clients abroad, they respect their money. So it's an opportunity when we have forums like this for us to encourage you to maybe help us spread. Please, let's respect our money. We don't have any other money but this.
You will remember the use of your mobile phone to make payments. Your phone does not even have to be a smartphone. You can use your phone. Remember the star something. That one can be used without data on your phone to make it. So we are ensuring that the payment service providers have in place infrastructures that will make your transactions to be going through without any stress. Not only that, remember the ATMs. In December 2019, we reduced the charge when you go and use your card on another bank's ATM. After 3 transactions per month, the fourth one, we reduce the charge from 65 naira to 35 naira. Just to make sure that you have a good experience. Remember your internet banking. So all these things will ensure that banks and the payment service providers are working together to make sure that you have a seamless experience so that that idea of digital payment system can be accomplished. Another very good initiative that is being brought to achieve this 5-year policy trust is what we call QR code for payment. QR code for payment. QR means quick response code for payment. We are coming to a point that when you want to make payments, as they move your phone close to the payment terminal, transaction will take place. That has just been approved.
The Development Finance Department had to recalibrate some of our interventions so that we can assist the nation to achieve certain things in terms of food security and also be able to maintain our macroeconomic stability. All CBN interventions prior to the COVID-19 were mostly 9%. But with the effect of the pandemic, to cushion that effect, CBN reduced the interventions to 5%, and equally in some cases brought in a 1-year moratorium for most of our interventions. Key among these interventions that came because of the pandemic was the targeted credit facility, which most of us know as a COVID-19 loan. And that was introduced to cushion the effect of the pandemic on our households and also MSMEs. Why are we into these interventions generally for CBN? One, information asymmetry, like Mr. Atonda talked about. We also have the issues where people who want to access loans do not have the requisite collaterals to be able to access these loans. And again, mainly, most of our banks have apathy towards giving out loans to the real sector, because you and I know how risky those sectors are, especially when we talk of agriculture. So we try to see how we can encourage them to do that. Also, there's the issue of lack of appropriate financing products that we try to work on. In all this, the key deliverables for us here are: one, to ensure that we are able to get our people to have access to finance. We're able to create jobs. We're to diversify the economy. And finally, which is key to us and also part of the CBN mandate, to promote inclusive growth.
Labour leader and the Director General of the Michael Imodu National Institute for Labour Studies, MINILS, Comrade Issa Aremu, gave labour perspectives on the 5-year policy thrust of the CBN.
As I'm talking to you today, we are the only oil-producing country without a single functional refinery. Now, you have foreign exchange, which CBN had to manage, and that money is not being used for importation. Now, when you have that pressure, Naira will go down. But the point I want to raise is that this Naira will have gone down further. Why not? Because of the patriotic, smart monetary intervention by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And I think we should appreciate that very well. And one of the, recently CBN has to intervene to deny money for the change, because some of those guys, they collect the money, they rather don't use them to finance development, but they use it around to do round tripping, which in turn put pressure on the Naira. It's important for organized labor. When central bank is under attack, labor should come out to defense for CBN, because in an attempt to attack the CBN, they are attacking us. This governor has also done a lot of creative intervention in different sectors of the economy. Don't forget, I was the immediate past General Secretary of Textile Workers Union, and we've done so much to revive the industry. We did a lot of campaign, but history will record it, that the survivor of the few textile industry we have today, the hope to revive the industry, is only made possible because of the patriotic, restless intervention of CBN under Governor Emefiele. He did very well. Before he came in, we had shortage of cotton. Now we have excess cotton. And this was due to direct intervention for the farmers. They gave them seedling, they gave them grants. Now we have enough cotton now to drive our industry. The challenge is to get the spinning mill, the weavings to get going. And those are the areas that industrialists must be encouraged. Of course, this governor also used monetary policy to fight smuggling, because smuggling has been the one that has undermined the industry, not just textile. Virtually everything is imported to this country. But Emefiele said, if you're a smuggler, they will freeze your account. And he has frozen accounts of many smugglers. And when they complain, he said, no, produce locally. When you produce locally, we will allow you to use, to have your account and have access to foreign exchange. But you can't have access to foreign exchange to be importing goods to this country. I think we need to appreciate this very well.
It was indeed a robust interactive session, and attendees had the opportunity of asking the CBN officials directly questions that have been agitating their minds. We'll bring you the Q&A session in subsequent episode of the program. Let's take a short break now. We have more from the CBN this week. Stay tuned.
Aha, you want to call the number? Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, 0.
No, now. Stop it.
What? I'll call you back. What?
Stop writing on the naira.
It's just 500 naira.
No matter the denomination, the naira is not a sheet of paper to be written on or crumpled. It is Nigeria's legal tender currency. The naira should not be abused by being sprayed or danced on at parties. The naira is not a shelf item to be sold or bought along the road or at social events.
So how will I celebrate with people when I go for their parties?
You can simply put your monetary gifts inside envelopes and present to the celebrants.
If I choose to spray encore?
You could go to jail for 6 months or pay a fine of 50,000 naira or both.
For real?
I
didn't know that.
Now you know. Spread the message. The naira is a symbol of our national identity. Let's safeguard its integrity. Don't abuse the naira.
This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
If you're just tuning in, this is from the CBN. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, on Tuesday, August the 24th, led the fundraising for the Mohammed Sanusi II SDG Challenge, an initiative of the former CBN Governor and former Emir of Kano, His Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, on the occasion of his book presentation to the public in commemoration of his 60th birthday. Mr. Emefiele commended the initiative and pledged the support of the CBN as well as the Bankers Committee towards what he described as a noble cause.
When Khalifa called me for this event, I didn't give it any thought because I felt that it's indeed a big privilege for a predecessor to invite a successor to an event like this. And I did promise, and I said, Your Highness, the only business that you know is banking, as far as I know. You've played your role creditably, and that we would make you proud on this day. At the Bankers Committee, we did deliberate on this subject. And like you know, bankers, you may think that, well, bad news that a banker has been told to come and lead fundraising. But I'm saying good news because the bankers will contribute substantially towards this project. We have met and we have deliberated at the Bankers Committee, and we have agreed on what it would be. But like, I would crave your indulgence. Usually you'll find that bankers will not come out and begin to say what they will contribute. But at the Bankers Committee, like you know, it's a precedence that you said that we have. It's a culture in the Bankers Committee that we would make contribution, and it will be substantial towards achieving the project of resolving the challenge of the girl child.
Speaking on his book titled For the Good of the Nation, Essays and Perspectives, His Highness Sanusi Lamido called on the federal government to move the country to the path of fiscal sustainability.
I honestly don't know what I would do if I was sitting in Godwin's seat. I don't know. The problems he's dealing with, I dealt with problems, but I think he's dealing with far more serious problems. And those who love this country will just say, you know what? How can we help? But Nigerians have to understand that the way we have run the state, the way we have run our system is unsustainable. We cannot continue subsidizing fuel. We cannot continue subsidizing power. It is not done. Look at other West African countries. It is desirable, but it is not sustainable. And we have to be ready to make certain sacrifices. We've already made many, but if we don't make those sacrifices now to set the fiscal position of government in order so that we are not relying on excessive borrowing, we are placing the future of this country in jeopardy. This generation cannot continue borrowing to consume while passing the debt on to the next generation to pay.
We'll be wrapping up the package from the CBN this week with more sight and sound from the fundraising event. Remember to log on to the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria using www.cbn.gov.ng to learn more about the various economic initiatives of the bank. If you have any complaints that your bank could not solve, call the CBN Contact Center using the phone line provided below. Local rates may apply. Keep sending your comments and contributions to the email address from the CBN at gmail.com and follow us on the social media for updates and uploaded episodes of the program. Join us again next time. I am Willie Emisi. Dada. Stay safe. Bye for now.
The author's specific liberal spirit and commitment to Nigeria is strongly reflected in this book. For instance, this spirit and commitment lead the author to embrace the liberating and liberationist ethos of Thomas Paine and Bertrand Russell, even while rejecting their atheism. As my late friend Pius Adesomi so ably captures it in his foreword to this book, the author demonstrates the core obligations of public intellection, not just in speaking truth to power, but also in stubbornly confronting headlong some of the complex and difficult issues of the Nigerian Union, including those regarding the precept, nature, and future of the Union, the character of ethno-regional relations, as well as elite politics, religion, and the politics of piety, and also the uncomfortable questions of gender equality in northern Nigeria.
Also, on your way to achieving greatness, be kind, be humble, learn to always say please, sorry, and thank you. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no.
Wherever you go, whatever you see, do not say yes when you need to say no.
Yes! Yes! I'm going to achieve my dreams of becoming a software developer and the very first one in this community. I'm going to be a computer guru.
Halima.
Naondi Baba, Naondi Uma.
How was school today?
Fine, ma.
Halima. Menene, what is the matter? Huh? Mekidaminki.
Na hadu da wayansu a makaranta yau, mama. Sun mun duka.
Huh? On your way from school?
On my way to the computer library to study.
Computer? Hey! This computer matter again? Miriam, haven't I told you I don't want to hear anything computer here? Alima, this is your last class. After this one, you are getting married. Well, as a matter of fact, I want to see how you are going to have time for computer by the time you are married, tending to your husband and your children. Miriam, you haven't discussed with your daughter, Ko? You will see.
Halima, why are you crying? What happened? Did the boys do something to you? What is it? Kigeama, what is it?
My parents, they want to marry me off after my final exams. They want to dash my dreams of becoming the first female software developer in this community. my dreams of building an app that will help this community. I just need a miracle. I'm tired.
Halima, stop crying. Halima Nawa, look at me, stop crying. I will help you. It will be fine. I'll help you.